मी लाईव्ह स्ट्रीम सुरू करते. उद्याच करते लाईव्ह स्ट्रीम. हो आता कंटाळला मला 7 पेपर सोडवले बसून. मला तर कंटाळला मग मी सांगितलं शेवटचं. Hello all our lovely students, welcome back to our channel. So in this video we are going to solve test paper number 8 for English language. Previously we have solved 7 test papers, and if you have missed it, please do watch it. It is there in the playlist. All the best for your exams, and without wasting our time, we'll quickly start. So first is read the following passage carefully and answer the questions that follow. On the first clear September day, towards the end of the rains, I visited the Pine Knoll, my place of peace and power. It was once since I had last been there. Trips to the plains, a crisis in my affairs, involvement with other people and their troubles, and an entire monsoon had come between me and the grassy, pine-topped slope facing the Hill of Fairies, Paritiba to the locals. Now I tramped through late monsoon foliage, tall ferns, bushes, festooned with flowering convolvulus, and crossed the stream by way of its little bridge of stones before climbing the steep hill to the pine slope. When the trees saw me, they made as if to turn in my direction. A puff of wind came across the valley from the distant snows. A long-tailed blue magpie took alarm and flew noisily out of an oak tree. The cicadas were suddenly silent, but the trees remembered me. They bowed gently in the breeze and beckoned me nearer, welcoming me home. 3 pines, a straggling oak, and a wild cherry. I went among them and acknowledged their welcome with a touch of my hand against their trunks. The cherries smooth and polished, the pines patterned and whorled, the oaks rough, gnarled, full of experience. He had been there longest, and the wind had been his upper branches and twisted a few, so that he looked shaggy and undistinguished. But like the philosopher who is careless about his dress and appearance, the oak has secrets, a hidden wisdom. He has learned the art of survival. While the oak and the pines are older than me and have been here many years, the cherry tree is exactly 7 years old. I know because I planted it. One day I had this cherry seed in my hand, and on an impulse I thrust it into the soft earth, and then went away and forgot all about it. A few months later I found a tiny cherry tree in the long grass. Did not expect it to survive. The following year it was 2 feet tall. And then some goats ate its leaf, and a grass cutter's snipe injured the stem, and I was sure it would wither away. But it renewed itself, sprang up even faster, and within 3 years it was a healthy growing tree about 5 feet tall. I left the hills for 2 years, forced by circumstances to make a living in Delhi. But this time I did not forget the cherry tree. I thought about it fairly often, sent telepathic messages of encouragement in its direction, and when, a couple of years ago, I returned in the autumn, my heart did a somersault when I found my tree sprinkled with pale pink blossom, the Himalayan cherry flowers in November. And later, when the fruit was ripe, the tree was visited by finches, tits, bulbuls, and other small birds, all come to feast on the sour red cherries. Last summer, I spent a night on the pine knoll, sleeping on the grass beneath the cherry tree. I lay awake for hours, listening to the chatter of the stream and the occasional tong-tong of night jars, and watching through the branches overhead, the stars turning in the sky. and I felt the power of the sky and the earth, and the power of a small cherry seed. And so, when the rains are over, this is where I come, that I might feel the peace and power of this place. This is where I write my most stories. I can see everything from here, my cottage across the valley, behind and above me, the town and the bazaar, straddling the ridge, to the left, the high mountains and the twisting road to the source of the great river. Below me, the little stream and the path to the palace. Uh, uh, Below me, the little stream and the path to the village. Ahead, the hill of fairies and the fields beyond. The wide valley below, and another range of hills, and then the distant plains. I can even see Prem Singh in the garden, putting the mattresses out in the sun. From here he is just a speck on the far hill, but I know it is Prem by the way he stands. A man may have a man may have 100 disguises, but in the end it is his posture that gives him away. Like my grandfather, who was a master of disguise and successfully roamed the bazaars as fruit vendor or basket maker, but we could always recognize him because of his pronounced slouch. Prem Singh doesn't slouch, but he has the habit of looking up at the sky, regardless of whether it's cloudy or clear. And at that moment, he is looking at the sky. 8 years with Prem. He was just a 16-year-old boy when I first saw him, and now he has a wife and a child. Every family has its few terraced fields, narrow and stony, usually perched on a hillside above a stream or river. They grow rice, barley, maize, potatoes, just enough to live on. Even if that produce is sufficient for marketing, the absence of roads makes it difficult to get the produce to the market towns. There is no money to be earned in the villages, and money is needed for clothes, soap, medicines, and for recovering the family jewelry from the moneylenders. So the young men leave their villages to find work, and to find work they must go to the plains. The lucky ones get into the army. Others enter domestic service or take jobs in garages, hotels, wayside tea shops, schools, etc. In Mussoorie, the main attraction is the large number of schools which employ cooks and bearers. But the schools were full when Prem arrived. He had been to the recruiting center at Roorkee, hoping to get into the army, but they found a deformity in his right foot, result of a bone broken when a landslip carried him away one dark monsoon night. He was lucky, he said, that it was only his foot and not his head that had been broken. He came to the house to inform his uncle about the job and to say goodbye. I thought, another nice person I probably won't see again. Another ship passing in the night, the friendly twinkle of its lights soon vanishing in the darkness. I said, come again, held his smile with mine so that I could remember him better, and returned to my study and my typewriter. The typewriter is a repository of a writer's loneliness. It stares unsympathetically back at him every day, doing its best to be discouraging. Maybe I will go back to the old-fashioned quill pen and marble stand. Then I can feel like a real writer, Balzac or Dickens, scratching away into the endless reaches of the night. Of course, the days and nights are seemingly shorter than they need to be. There must be, otherwise why do we hurry so much and achieve so little by the standards of the past? So this is the passage, and we'll be solving questions on this. So question number 1. For each word given below, choose the correct meaning as used in the passage from the options provided. A is festooned. Option A, decorations. Option B, decor. And option C, decorated. Option D, decorating. Yes, all you guessed it right. It's option C, decorated. Question 1, sub-question 2. B, beckoned. Option A, gestured, option B, gesturing, option C, calls, and option D, calling. Your time starts now. Answer is gestured. Yes, you are right, smart girl. Question 1, sub-question C. Poached. Option A, location. Option B, situated. Option C, situation. Option D, sitting. The meaning of the word poached is situated, as it is used in the passage. Yes, you're right, smart girl again. Question 2. What prevented the writer from visiting the pine knoll? A. The monsoons. B. The tall ferns, bushes, and the stream. Option C. Trips to the plains, a crisis in his affairs, involvement with other people, their troubles, and an entire monsoon season. Or option D. The stream and the bridge of stones. Your time starts now. And the answer is option C. Trips to the plains, a crisis in his affairs, involvement with other people, the troubles, and an entire monsoon season. Kundan, please answer. I know you were there. Smart girl, good, you're answering. I'm happy for it. Yes, you're right again, smart girl. It's answer C. Question 2, sub-question B. What indication did the writer get to make him believe that the trees remembered him? A. The cicadas were suddenly silent. The trees bowed gently in the breeze and beckoned him nearer. A long-tailed blue magpie took alarm and flew noisily out of an oak tree. A puff of wind came across the valley from the distant snows. And the answer is option B. The trees bowed gently in the breeze and beckoned him nearer. This was the indication that the writer got to make him believe that the trees remembered him. Question 2, sub-question C. Which of the following characteristics best describe the trunk of the oak tree? It was rough, it was wild, it was smooth, or it was patterned. Kundan, I will request you to please mention the question number so that I'll get to know if you're correct or wrong and for which question you're answering. Question 2, sub-question C, the answer is it was rough. Question 2, sub-question D, which phrase in the passage indicates that the oak tree was full of experience? A. It had a hidden wisdom. B. It was younger than the writer. C. It had secrets. D. It was careless about its dress and appearance. The answer is option A. It had a hidden wisdom. and this is the phrase which indicates that the oak tree was full of experience. Question 2, sub-question E. During which season does the cherry tree blossom? A. The winter season. B. The autumn season. C. The monsoon season. Or D. The summer season. And your time starts now. Come on, please answer. Kundan, smart girl, everyone please do answer. Yes, you're right, smart girl. The answer is A. It had a hidden wisdom. It seems that there is a lag because I'm on question number E and you're still solving question number D. So maybe there are some network issues. So we have to bear and we have to go on with it. Question 2, sub-question F. Why did the writer lie awake for hours on the grass beneath the cherry tree? Option A. He was not comfortable on the wet grass beneath the cherry tree. Option B. He was disturbed and overpowered by the sky, the earth, and the small cherry seed. C. He was listening to the chatter of the stream and the occasional tong-tong of night jars. D. He was disturbed by the chatter of the finches, tits, bulbuls, and other small birds. Hello Gauri Singh, welcome to our channel. If you have not watched the earlier videos, please do watch it. It will be very helpful for your tomorrow's exam. It is there in the playlist. Yes. So answer for question number 2, F, is he was listening to the chatter of the streams and the occasional tong-tong of night jars, and this made the writer lie awake for hours on the grass beneath the cherry tree. Question 2, sub-question G. What does the phrase "grandfather was a master of disguise" mean? A. He would expose himself. B. He would change his appearance. C. He would cheat others. Or D. He would hide himself. And your time starts now. Gauri, I know you're late, but bacha, you can just go back and see the passage. I can't really go back and see and show the passage again because we have solved one question, question number 1, and we are on question number 2 now. Okay? Question 2, sub-question H. Why were the villagers not able to earn enough even if their produce was sufficient for marketing? A. There were no buyers for the produce in the market. B. They consumed all the produce themselves. C. The absence of roads made it difficult for them to carry the produce to the market towns. Or D. The produce was not of good quality. Please do answer. The time is running out. If you solve in this speed, you'll be able to complete your paper, and if you're stuck up somewhere, you'll get enough of time to think over it and answer. So for question 2, sub-question H, the answer is option C. The absence of roads made it difficult for them to carry the produce to the market towns. Question 2, sub-question I. When did Prem Singh's foot get deformed? A. When he worked as a domestic servant. B. When the landslip carried him away. C. When he joined the army. Or D. When he visited the recruiting center at Roorkee. Smart girl, I think you're not there. Please, if you're there, answer. I know you're doing very well. Yes, so answer for question 2, sub-question I. It is option B. When the landslide carried him away, Prem Singh's foot got deformed. Question to option J. What has the writer compared Prem Singh to? A. The twinkling stars. B. The night sky. C. A twinkling light. Or D. A ship. So I'm extremely sorry I've displayed the answer. So the answer is a ship is compared to Prem Singh. Question 2, sub-question K. What inference can we make about the writer when he says that he would like to use the quill pen and marble ink stand? A. He is an innovative writer. B. He is a creative writer. C. He is a modern writer. Or D. He is a traditional writer. Yes, Gauri, you're right. So question number 2, sub-question K, the answer is option D. He is a traditional writer. This is the inference which we can make out. Question 3. How did the cherry tree grow into a healthy tree within a span of 3 years? A. First, the writer. A. Lived in Delhi and forgot about the cherry tree. B. Planted the sapling and nurtured it for 3 years. C. On an impulse, thrust the seeds into the earth. Or D. Threw the seeds and looked after them. And your time starts now. Yes, Gauri Singh, smart girl, you are correct again. Question 3. How did the cherry tree grow into a healthy tree within a span of 3 years? And the sub-question B is then what happens after? A. A few months later he saw that the tree had wilted. B. He found the tree dead after a few days. C. A few months later he found a tiny tree in the long grass. D. After a year the tree grew 2 feet tall. Smart girl Kundan Gauri, you have been wrong. The answer is option C. Question 3, sub-question C. The next year what happened? A. It became sprinkled with pale pink blossoms. B. It became 5 feet tall. C. There was no trace of the cherry tree. D. It became 2 feet tall. So the next year it became 2 feet tall. Question 3, sub-question D. Then next what happened? A. The grass cutter used a scythe to cut it down completely. It was cut by the scythe and soon it withered away. C. A few cows ate its leaves and its stem was injured. D. A few goats ate its leaves and its stem was injured. Question 3, sub-question E. Next. A. It bore ripe red cherries. B. It could not spring up and it died. Option C. It renewed itself and sprang up even faster. D. It became a tall tree with flowers blooming. So it's option C. It renewed itself and sprang even faster. Question 3, sub-question F. Later it became dash. A. A small tree 2 feet tall in 3 years. Option B. A full-grown tree 3 feet tall in a year. Option C. A healthy tree about 5 feet tall within 3 years. Or option D. A healthy full-grown tree within a span of 2 years. So coming to question number 4. I think I should wait for you all guys because you are still solving question number 3F. So I'll just wait for a moment. I know there is a lag, but we can't help it, right? Yes, Kundan, you're right. Smart girl, you're right again. So now we'll be solving question number 4a. All dash January, a northeast wind blew, straight from the Arctic Circle. A. Around. B. Along. C. In. D. Through. And time starts now. Okay. So, answer for question 4 sub-question A, it is through. So the statement is, all through January, a northeast wind blew, straight from the Arctic Circle. Okay, smart girl, I know you have already answered. I think it's lag from my side. I'm very sorry for that. But please keep on answering and be hooked on. Question 4 sub-question B. Dash his tremendous popularity, James Herriot remained an essentially private man. Option A, in spite. B, despite. C, although. D, besides. So, question 4, sub-question B, the answer is option B, despite. So it reads, despite his tremendous popularity, James Herriot remained an essentially private man. Question 4, sub-question C, Terry Braggs has written and supplied the photographs for several acclaimed books, dash the English countryside. A, into. B, with. C, in. D, on. Yes. So correct answer is on. Question 4 sub-question D. With all his greatness was entirely devoid dash sympathy for the people. A, of. B, with. C, for. D, in. So the answer for question 4 option D, it is A, of. So now coming to question number 5. Fill in the blanks with correct forms of the words provided after the passage. In my daily work, I was always aware of the beauty around me and had never lost the sense of wonder which had filled me when I had my first sight of Yorkshire. But this morning, the magic of the Dales was A, in brackets strong, than ever. My eyes strayed again and again over the um, second dash, in brackets tower, flanks of the fells, taking in the pattern of walled green fields, one from the yellow moorland grass, and I dash, gazed up at the high tops with the thrill of excitement which always came down to me from the untrodden land. After visiting the isolated farm, I couldn't resist, dash, in brackets, pull my car off the unfenced road and climbed with my vehicle to the high country which beckoned me. Question 5. But this morning the magic of the Dales was dash. A. More strong. B. Strongest. C. Stronger. D. Strong. Yes, Kundan. Yes, smart girl, you're right. The answer is stronger. Question 5. Now talking about the second line. My eyes strayed again and again over the dash, toward planks of the fells, taking in the pattern of wall green fields run from the yellow moorland grass. A. Towers, B. Towering, C. Tower, or D. Tower. And the answer is towering. Now coming to the third dash. I dashed up at the high tops with the thrill of excitement which always came down to me from that untrodden land. A. Gazing. B. Had been gazing. C. Gazed. D. Had gazed. So the answer is I gazed up at the high tops with the thrill of excitement which always came down to me from that untrodden land. Question 5, sub-question D, answering for question. After visiting the isolated farm, I couldn't resist. Dash in brackets pull my car off the unfenced road and climbed with my beagle to the high. A pulls, pulling, C pulled, or D having pulled. Answer B, pulling. Question 6. Choose the correct option to join the following sentences without using and but or so. A. The sun set. The travelers had not reached their destination. A. Until the sun had set, the travelers didn't reach their destination. B. The travelers had not reached their destination by sunset. C. The travelers had not reached their destination before sunset. D. Till the sunset, the travelers had not reached their destination. Answer is option. The travelers had not reached their destination by sunset. Question 6. Choose the correct option to join the following sentences without using and but or so. Sentence B. He kicked the goalkeeper. It was his intention to do so. A. He kicked the goalkeeper but his intention was not to do so. B. He kicked the goalkeeper, that is exactly his intention. C. He kicked the goalkeeper intentionally. D. He kicked the goalkeeper which was his intention to do so. So the answer is option C. He kicked the goalkeeper intentionally. Question 6. Choose the correct option to join the following sentences without using and but or so. In this we have the third sentence. The state of Andhra is divided into several districts. Each district has its own headquarters. Option A. The state of Andhra Pradesh is divided into several districts. each and every one not having its own headquarters. Option B. The state of Andhra Pradesh is divided into several districts having its own headquarters. Option C. The state of Andhra is divided into several districts, each one having its own headquarters. Or option D. The state of Andhra Pradesh has its own headquarters with several districts. Sorry, I've displayed the answer. Hi Satyam, you're back again. Hello. Question 6, sentence number 4. Milton was a great poet. He wrote the epic poem Paradise Lost. Option A. Paradise Lost, the epic poem, is written by the great poet the Milton. Option B. The Paradise Lost, the poem is written by Milton, the great poet. Option C. Milton, who was a great poet, wrote the epic poem Paradise Lost. Option D. Milton wrote the epic poem Paradise Lost, which was a great poet. The answer is option C. Milton, who was a great poet, wrote the epic poem Paradise Lost. Question 7. Read each sentence with its instructions. Choose the correct answer from the options provided beneath each. A. Man is exploring the sea in order to increase his resources. Begin. The sea is dash. A. The sea has been explored by man to increase its resources. Option B. The sea is exploring man to increase his resources. Option C. The sea is being explored by man to increase his resources. And option D. The sea is increasing its resources by exploring man. Question 7. Sentence B. If you do not come out, we will enter the room forcefully. The policeman warned. Begin. The policeman warned him dash. A. The policeman warned him forcefully to come out of the room. B. The policeman warned him that if he did not come out, they would enter the room forcefully. Option C. The policeman warned him that if he will not come out, they would enter the room forcefully. Or option D. The policeman warned him if he didn't come out, they would enter forcefully. The answer is option B. The policeman warned him that if he did not come out, they would enter the room forcefully. Hi Sharon. Question 7. Sentence number C. Listen attentively so that you might not miss out on something. Use lest. Option A. Lest you miss on something, listen attentively. Option B. Listen attentively lest you may miss out on something. Option C. Listen attentively lest you miss out on something. Option D. Listen attentively lest you will miss out on something. Sharon, Gauri, Kundan, Smart Girl, Satyam, please keep on answering. I'm checking your answers. So the answer for question 7, sub-question C, the answer is option C. Listen attentively lest you miss out on something. Question 7. Sentence D. All other hotels in the town are more expensive than this hotel. Begin. This hotel is dash. A. This hotel is the most expensive hotel in the town. Option B. This hotel is as expensive as all the other hotels in the town. Option C. This hotel is not as expensive as the other hotels in the town. D. This hotel is not expensive as other hotels in the town. So answer is option C. This hotel is not as expensive as the other hotels in the town. Question 7, sub-question E. As soon as the sounded, the weary soldiers leapt to their feet. Begin. No sooner. The answer to question C, sub-question E, it is option C. Question 7, sub-question F. Devika wrote the text. She researched the photographs. Use not only but also. Option A. She not only wrote the text but Devika also researched the text. Option B. Devika not only wrote the text but Devika also researched the photographs. Option C. Devika not only wrote the text but also researched the photographs. Option D. Not only did Devika write the text but also researched the text. Time's up, guys. So answer is option C. Devika not only wrote the text but also researched the photographs. Question 7. That's coming up. Read each sentence with its instructions. Choose the correct answer from the options provided beneath each. So we are on sentence number G. In spite of adversity, the architect achieved worldwide fame. Begin. Despite. A. Despite of achieving worldwide fame, there was adversity faced by the architect. B. Despite adversity, the architect achieved his fame worldwide. Hi Radha, welcome. Option C. Despite adversity, the architect achieved worldwide fame. And option D. Despite of adversity, the architect achieved worldwide fame. The answer to question 7, sub-question G, it's option C. Despite adversity, the architect achieved worldwide fame. Question 7, sub-question H. Children are allowed in the cinema hall only if they are accompanied by elders. Use unless. Option A. Children are not allowed in the cinema hall unless they are not accompanied by elders. Option B. Unless not accompanied by elders, children are not allowed in the cinema hall. Option C. Children are not allowed in the cinema hall unless they are accompanied by elders. Option D. Unless children are not accompanied by elders, they are not allowed in the cinema hall. I'm really very glad to see that you all are participating. Kundan, Radha, Sharon, smart girls. I think Satyam left. I don't know. But guys, please, we are almost done. And if you solve this and if you solve all the series, you will be prepared. And don't worry, don't be nervous. You'll do your best in your tomorrow's exam. Okay. So, guys, we have come to the end of this practice paper. We have solved entire practice paper of 40 marks and in a very much less time, right? We have actually solved it in 45 to 50 minutes. So if you solve with this speed, you will get some time tomorrow to recheck your answers, and if you're stuck somewhere, you will get some time to think over it. All the best and do very well. Please come for tomorrow's lectures. We'll be conducting English literature tomorrow. We have completed 8 videos of English literature in total, and tomorrow also we will be giving you a very good practice of it. Kundan, don't worry, exam will be easy or not, it will be depending on the paper and how you look to it. Don't get nervous and be motivated. Okay? It's nothing to nervous. Look at this as a normal exam. Don't get panic that it is a board exam, I have to score. Don't get panic. If you get panic, you will be nervous, and if you're nervous, it will affect your exam. Okay? So treat it as your normal paper. Just don't think about it very much. After your paper is done, just stay calm, think for your next lecture, the next paper, I'll say. Okay? Welcome, smart girl. Intelletics is always there for you, and we'll try our level best to be with you for this term as well as for the next term. We'll be giving you practices, and please be hooked onto this channel. Tell your friends about this. Let them also come. We'll have fun together, and we'll have fun and we'll learn together. Yes? Welcome, Radha. I'm very glad that you're answering correctly. Yes? Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Bye. All the best for your exams. Welcome, Gauri. Thank you. Chalo, bye. Good night. Take care.